And then yeah, just start the week. And I'm excited to see her grandparents. They're so like cute and like old and gentle and not racist and kind. And just yeah, it was a good weekend. Yeah, I'm ready to like sweep through these next 3 weeks and then get to my break. 2 weeks off. I'm gonna go to Nantucket for a week and then my mom's gonna come visit. She's gonna come in town and like I just need to get everything for my apartment ready. Oh my goodness. I need to like, get a couch, a kitchen table, a side table, uh, uh, Tiana, it literally said August makes a year. It's been a year since I've lived in my place. So yeah, I've been fucking around, but too, it's like wow, like now you're a home owner, renter, whatever. Now it's like your space. You get to curate it, whatever you want. Yeah, and not only that, I didn't want to be so fast fashion, fast Amazon. I'm like, I want to take. It's New York City. I want to thrift, antique shop. I want to take time. So many nice. And I got my bed. That took a hot minute, but I found a great local place. Paid cash, easy, less than 1,000. I'm like, I can find stuff. So just taking the time. Yeah. Well, and she was like, you can, she was like, you can still wait, honey. I'm like, Mom, I've lived here for a year. I'm like, where? She's like, if I can just sit on your bed, have my morning coffee. But I'm like, bitch, we need a table. We need a side. And then I'm like, and first I was like, you're gonna get groceries. I don't even cook, but I'm like, but then I'm like, no, help me get my TV. I'm like, just help me, like, give me my TV. Like, just help me buy my TV. We're good, Mom. And she's gonna come. Gonna have her, I think, be one of a guest here. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't watch Love Island, but I haven't either, but everyone's raving and the black girls are thriving, but I don't it's different because it's a it's a game show, and then, like, you're it's kinda like real world, they're shut out, they have their mics. Excuse me. I love Love Is Blind. It's so bad. There's so many lawsuits. It's crack. It is crack TV, but I'm like and then I'm also like, "People, remember your agency. You have free will. You can't be blaming the leave." And then I'm like, "Well, Americans are in heart what people will do for a check. What they'll do for a check." Okay, I think I'm ready. Did you do the snap or is it on? We're good. Okay. What is that when you do it? What is it? Is it okay? Okay. Copy. Okay. No, and I just like it too because I'm like, oh, it feels like just so much official. And then too hot mic. I need to learn how to cut out and stuff because I do, and that's it. I'm going to, God willing, the creek don't rise. Hi guys, welcome. I'm gonna get my credit score right, and then get my first credit card so I can then get an editor, do the add-ons because it's so worth it. I know the marketing, but I think baby steps. I think like take my time and like things will happen. Yeah, when they can. When they can. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to all new episode of Black Girl Can't Cook, the podcast on body image healing, cooking, self-love. I'm your host, Brianna Pollins. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. We have to start with some sad news about the murder of Sonia Massey, a Black woman who was murdered by the police in her own home. I just hope if you are a Black American, if you are Black anywhere in the world, you're taking time to prioritize your peace, to rest your body, to just move really slowly, to be with family, to be with loved ones, to be in the sun, to be present, to be thankful in God, in the universe, whatever you believe in, the stars, the fishies, what the fuck ever. Be in your gratitude. I hope your angels and ancestors can uplift you as I've asked mine to uplift me this week. It's been crazy, weird times too. I was talking to girlfriends. It feels like a hint or like a breeze of 2020. Like it really, and wait, y'all, let me do the math. Wait, 2020 It really was an election year, which is crazy. I don't even remember the election during that time because of the panorama and the so fast, so blurry. It's giving 2020 vibes. What's in the air? Where are the planets? I know Mars is in Gemini. I know we're in Leo season. I know we're in Saturn retrograde. So much is happening. And this election, when I recorded last week, it hadn't been announced that it is Kamala girl, come on. The best meme. This meme took me out. It's so good. It's like, excuse me. It's like, it's either AKA, and wait, side note, my mom is a Delta, which I like coincide. I'm a Delta, but did not do the pledging, did not do that rah rah. I know some of y'all would assume I'd be in a sorority. No, 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 no. I'm a legacy. I would have done would have done it, shoulda, coulda, woulda. My mom is a Delta, and I more connect with the Deltas, but we're all sisters. Nonetheless, the meme was like, it's either AKA or KKK. Just, and it's not funny. It is not funny. We're in dark times. We're in dark times. This clip right now is going viral. He was at a rally. Donnie, good old Donnie. He was telling the Christians, the evangelicalist, if you vote now, you will never have to vote again. Like, vote now. You don't have to vote in 4 years. babe, we got to take care of. Johnny, Sally, get your grandkitties. Get them. If you guys vote in this election, come out, pull up. You don't have to vote ever again, essentially. This is crazy. And then the memes or the things, oh, it's like Black Mirror. It's like things just feel very dark. I think right now the veil is thin. Bitch, the veil is gone. America is in its Pluto return, and I was listening to my favorite astrologer psychic, Salone Bella. Y'all, get on it. She broke the P. Diddy case. Not real. No, she did. But really, she broke it because of Kim Porter. This man, let me not get into it. Follow Salone Bella. Salone, I love you. Her channel, her YouTube. She was explaining that America is in its Pluto return, and Pluto is the planet of like transformation, of death, destruction. I would think that Pluto is like, 'cause I'm a Scorpio, but it's half Pluto, half Mars. And then two, I'm a double Aquarius. So I'm really like Saturn-y, alien, space. I'm out there. You guys, America's going through its Pluto return. And I told you like last time, the war that happened, I think the war we got our independence, we really have to see it all kind of fall apart to build anew, to restore. I think there's so much at stake at this election. Girl, I will vote for a pumpkin before I vote for Donnie. We have to vote for anyone. I think reading the polls, reading things, it was saying that there's like a big demographic of young voters, and that's exciting. Y'all, I was like 3 days shy of turning 18 before I could vote for Obama. I was so heartbroken, devastated, but like being in our second living room, everyone gathered at the TV, just like watching this Black man, watching Obama get elected into office. It was such a moment. And now we have a chance. Bottoms up, bitch. A Black woman. You love to see it. You love to see it. Another great meme, kind of dark, kind of crazy, and duality and living in this America 2024, July, praise God, here, 10 toes and fingers and ears and eyes and scent. Scent is a great. Anyway, I can't believe we'll see like a Black woman come into office. And to that to be said, like I'm not so in politics. And to the argument, two evils, it's all corruption. You have to follow the money. It's all. And then the other meme, like, oh, this is the first election in like 5 decades. Not a Bush, not a Clinton, not a Epstein. Yeah, crazy. It's all a game. It's all rigged. But I think it's exciting. I really think for me personally, I have so many gay, transgendered. I have friends with children, friends with daughters. I have young girls in my life. I'm voting for them. I'm voting for myself. I'm voting for the women that have to like travel to like get affordable health care. the stuff that's happening with abortions. Ooh, let's change the subject. It's dark. It's dark. It's dark. Jesus, clear the energy. But Kamala, go off, girl. Go off. I will say Charlie XCX and Brat and Kamala's leaning into, I guess, the young voters. I guess it's the it's Gen Z, but then what? The generation that's like filled with anxiety. She's appealing to them. So Kamala is Brat. Personally, I like old Charlie XX, like some of her older albums. This is a good tune. I love the song with Lord. Girl, it's so confusing. Sometimes it did. Lord's a little boring, but it's a good tune. Kamala's Brat. Kamala's going to get the young vote. And we're going to have a black female president. Presidente. It was a good weekend. It was a chill weekend. Y'all, last night for dinner, I had Tacombe. I've never had Tacombe. It's like this cool, hip taco place, multiple locations. This Poppy is heaven. It's not sponsored. Does Poppy like black people? Because I post them all the time and they never repost me, but they're the best. No soda, prebiotic, probiotic, the wild berry, heaven. One sec. So for dinner, I was in the West Village. Wait, do I want to tell you dinner or do I want to tell you what also? Let's focus. One thing at a time, Brianna. I went to Tacombe. It's the hip, cool scene. It depends on what location you go to. Sat at the bar. I was next to these two hot men. When I tell you guys, the way I smeared the blush on, I was looking like Bobo the Clown. I'm just a girl. And moral of the story, check the Instagram. I should have blended it in and it was just like, Then I saw someone do like you do like a little blush on the tip of your nose and a little, just your points. Ooh, when the light hits. Nonetheless, I had an El Pastor quesadilla. I had a pineapple juice. Didn't want to drink. Well, wanted to drink. Could I afford to drink? No. The food was delicious. Had 3 different hot sauces. Did not mix them. One hot sauce was extremely spicy, but great vibe, great service. I'm going to check out a different location, maybe the Nolita next time, because that was closer to one of my favorite basketball parks. It was a cool Saturday. I'm turning 30 in November. What else? Who else is turning 30? The Lion King. The Lion King turned 30. And like last week, I was like, oh, I'm going to go see Shawshank. Hope. Everyone's depressed. I did not make it. Sunday, just at home like a little angel baby in bed. Sleep, ready for the next day. Yesterday, I saw The Lion King. And I saw it at the Paris Theater. And to know me is to know, like, they say as a child, I would just watch it on a loop. Older brother, he'd be like, The Fox and the Hound. And then we'd do The Lion King. The Fox and the Hound. That's all we would just watch. I just loved it. The story, the symbol. Y'all, it's a beautiful film. Like, the pictures I was taking in the theater, the colors, the story, Africa as a landscape. Simba. It was too much. It was really, really too much. I really enjoyed watching The Lion King. I ordered a cherry Coca-Cola. And then what else did I have? I had Dunkaroos. Dunkaroos, if you don't know, it's like this classic 90s stack. It's like funfetti frosting and then like sugar cookie biscuits. So good. And I had Dunkaroos. And there was like, y'all, there were babies in the theater. And to see this movie as a baby child that I don't remember, but now to see it as like a grown young woman, just so moving, so deep. It's like to hear like babies cooing, people laughing. The film is funny. Guess whose hubby directed it? Crystal Mirkoff, her husband, Rob, Beverly Hills, she just exited the season. Her husband directed it, and it's a phenomenal movie. The storyline was interesting. And listen, I took so many notes, and I'm literally trying to find the notes because the whole time I was like laughing. I was enjoying myself. And that's why theaters cannot close. To sit in a deep, dark room with strangers and to all just come to see a story be played, cinemas forever, movie theaters forever. Lion King was giving Succession vibes. It was even giving House of the Dragons, Game of Thrones. What I love about Mufasa said, Simba, puppy boy, this is your kitty boy. It's yours. When I die, you are inheriting. He told him. These parents need to tell their children what is happening. It was just in the news too that like Rupert Murdoch, he's like, it's literally Succession. What are you doing? Let your kids know. But maybe none of his children are serious people. We love Mufasa, and he told him at a young age, what's happening on House of Dragon? I don't think Rhaenyra's daddy. He like told her a poem and like, or did she know it was her throne? Let the kiddies know where the money's going, where are the assets, have your will, have all that shit in place. My mom's done it. You got to do it. You got to do it. I love how spiritual this Disney movie is. Mufasa's telling him the stars and like your ancestors are there and you look to the stars and ask them for help and help will be given. It is not woo-woo, it is real shit. Great, 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 great. Scar is evil. Scar is evil. He's played by Jeremy Irons, great, fantastic British actor. And I think the lesson with Scar is that like sometimes you can have family members who are evil, who are unwell, who are mentally sick. And, or let's just say their body's been taken over by the dark, by evil energy, okay? If you don't want to put it on them. And that's crazy because, like, that's his nephew. Mufasa is his brother, whatever, 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 whatever. The soundtrack is incredible. I was sipping my cherry cola, singing, jumping. Oh, this is also good. He can't wait to be king. We got Nala. We got his mom. We got the no, I was gonna say the bamboo comes in. The monkey, he's not a monkey, he's a bamboo. But the toucan, he's like a toucan. He's like the hand. Very Game of Thrones. He's like the hand to Mufasa. The film is great. The film is great. You also see how children can be easily like manipulated and swayed, and that's why you have to protect them and protect their light and their innocent and let the kids be kids. Scar is so sick. So then we know what happens. Every time that scene comes, I break down. I break down and his dad, and when like his dad is dead and he's like tugging, he's like, Dad, wake up. And to see your parent get murdered, to die is horrific. And he doesn't see Scar that does it. It's horrific. And I just think, I want to know what I really thought about? I thought about my dad because my dad's dad died. He was murdered. He was like this detective in Harlem and he died. And thankfully my dad didn't see it, but he was like, had such a high honor in the community, in the police department. And like, so there was like, it was a big thing when he died. And my dad was so young. And to see like how you're so affected by when you lose a parent and your caregiver, someone who you love, who you respect, and you know these men, these boys, their daddies are their heroes. I mean, as they should be. I think like dads are when you're a kid, your dad's your hero, like your idol. So, ooh, Lord. And then Scar is like, you gotta go. You killed him, you gotta go. So then Simba's out there dehydrated in the dry lands, and it's a little unsettling. The crows come in and he's like a baby kitty. And this is where I think a big theme in The Lion King is how friendship can quite literally save your life. It can save your life. It can save your spirit. We meet Timon and Pumbaa. I forgot Pumbaa was a pig. And just like the bond, the friendship, and how laughter. I think if you're going through anything dark, if you feel depressed, if you feel insecure, even last night being out like at the bar, like how you can be embarrassed and feel the shame and you can then like kind of transform it into actually I'm just human. Actually, this is just me. And it's okay to be me. And laughter is the medicine for all things. And to like the vibration of laughter, especially when you have a good laugh, it is uplifting. It is empowering. And I think it makes you human. And two, for me, being close to my God, I sometimes feel that motherfucker, I feel him laughing at me, like enjoying life, enjoying me processing life, being in the journey, laughter, laughter, laughter. Oh my God, we get the iconic line, Akuna Matata, and like they explain it. And it's really just like Pumbaa is like, you put your past behind you, put your past behind you, and no worries, no worries for the rest of your day. We see Simba, he grows up, he's this big boy, and it's a great story. Wait, y'all, to see Simba to be a lion, a carnivore, and then to become a vegetarian, not even a pescatarian. He's not even eating fishies. He's eating bugs and slimes and Simba, it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. But also another life theme, you see how easy it is to adjust, to adapt. Like if all I had to eat was like to grow my own food and plants, I could do it. I had a garden. I grew a garden in New York City during COVID. Ooh, but Simba took that bullet, and then he was like, it's not that bad. Give me a beetle, give me a worm. It was a really, really, really good part. So they're at the rainforest, and to go from like the savannah, the desert to the rainforest, again, culture shock. To go to Arizona, very Mormon, farmland, very white. Some might even call me a small town girl. To go to New York City, such a culture shock. But again, you adapt, you adjust. Fascinating. We get the flashback. Oh my God, Simba's home is deserted. The lionesses are slaves, his poor mama, and they think Simba is dead. And the bamboo is like Simba's earthly guardian, angel ancestor, and he thinks he's dead too. And it's just so much. And so then one night, same old thing, Simba, Timon, Pumbaa, living life. And then they talk about the stars, and Simba kind of remembers what his dad told him about the stars and ancestors. They can guide you home. And then Simba is just like, he remembers who he is, but he feels so defeated. He thinks he killed his dad. He like lays down on the grass and like the dust. See, as a kid, you don't watch this shit. As an adult, the dust moves all the way to like back to Africa, and it touches his bamboo ancestor. And he's like, Simba's alive, and he's like so excited. And then like he manifests Nala to go try to kill Pumbaa, and then Nala and Simba reunite. They meet, magic, insane. And I'm telling you, the shots of this movie, I'm gonna do a post. The colors, the pinks, the blues, the cinema. Oh my. Crystal's a bad bitch because she married the man who directed this movie. And again, how does directing and animation work? I don't know, but it fucking works and it's magic. This movie's timeless. It's totally timeless. You know how the rest goes. I'm like reading my notes. So Nala comes, and then he's like, I can't, I'm not who I was, da, da, da. And then the bamboo, his little spirit guide, confronts him. And two, Simba is like, go away, you creepy monkey. And I think we as humans, we have to be careful. Like, you don't know who's going to come into your life and not really bless you, but you don't know who's going to give you the word or give you the insight that you need at that right time in your moment. And Simba even goes, he's like, you're a creepy monkey. And the bamboo guy is like, no, I'm not. He like hits him on the head a couple times. He's like, look at the stars, look at the reflection. You see yourself? And then we see like in the clouds and the shadows, we see Mufasa come, and he's like, remember who you are. Remember who you are. Either you're gonna run from the past, or you're gonna learn from the past. And it like clicks with Simba. It kind of clicks with me. I think if you've lost a parent, a loved one, you know that they never really leave you. You know that they're always here with us. I think for me to see just to have friends in my life who have lost their parents, like they're never going to see their mom or dad again. And like one day that'll be me. It's so humbling and so scary and also so human to be like, our time is limited. Treat people and treat your loved ones how you want to be treated, but just treat them with love. And if you don't like them or if you don't love them, they don't need to be in your life. You can separate yourself from toxicity. even if they are your family, especially even if they are your bloodline. The only loyalty you should have is to your God, and you should have loyalty to yourself. How do I feel when I hang out with this person? Does this person make me want to like rise to be like a better version of myself? Or do I want to kind of be petty? I want to be like low vibration, toxic, judgy. Ask yourself. And that's like the greatest story ever. Also, watching The Lion King is a black movie, and you see they did the remake with Beyonce and Child. It's a black movie. It's in Africa. You can't, but the cast is so good, and the voices and the animation. Timon, Pumbaa, they're ride or die. At first, they were kind of giving like mean, toxic, bratty friends, but it's just because like this is their besties, this is their bestie Simba, and 10 years later, they're like, oh my god, this man's a prince, a king, and they're kind of shook. But they're ride or die because they start fighting, and they're good sidekicks. Make sure if you are in your 30s, entering your 30s, I pray and hope you have your ride or dies because I have mine and I'm so, so grateful. Ride or dies, ride or dies, ride or dies, ride or dies. They kill Scar. Oh, the hyenas eat Scar. And also, too, like the end shot of The Lion King, one of them, it is Nala, Simba. They have their baby. They have the bamboo. They have the monkey guy. But also, he has his friends. You cannot get through this life without your friends. You need your friends. The Lion King turns 30, and I turned 30. It was so, so good to see. And I just love to be out. I love to go see movies. That is what I do. What else do we want to talk about? Y'all see that everything is killing us. Everything. The tampons have lead in them. What is going on? And also, my girlfriend was telling me that, like, because I'm like, oh, gel, UV. She's like, girl, the UV lights cause cancer. So, what is happening? To be an American woman, to be a woman in America, to be living in this time, it really is like I say my prayers, my grace before every time I eat a meal because you just don't know what's in our food, the chemicals we're exposed to. Jesus, take the wheel. And that's also why Kamala's getting my vote because I want to live in a healthy, clean earth. The earth is failing us, and I'm very concerned. I'm very worried. Did you guys see that everything is killing us? What do I love about New York? I love seeing the elders in New York. You guys, to see, because it's New York, it's a city, and like my grandma Tanya, I was with her. She was an elder for a bit, and when I would come to New York, she was old. But like to see them like with their pushing carts or with their bags, to be old in New York is to have lived, and like to continue to be a living, breathing theme, a theme and a thing. And I think that emphasizes on what I was saying last week to slow down, go at your own pace. And like to not be in a rush. I feel like to be in a rush before I would get hurt. I feel like that was like a manifestation of something, but I would just be moving so, so fast. Go, 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 go. Do, 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 do. That then I would like stub my toe, hit my head, cut myself. Like that was such a weird thing that manifest into my life. And I love living in New York because the joy of seeing old elders and to see them just move at their own pace. I think being in New York too, it gives me the option, the reason to be very like imaginative. I'm always kind of like looking up at the skyscrapers, the buildings, what's changing. Do you guys eat dim sum? I don't think I've ever had dim sum, or I did like 10 years ago when I first moved here. And dim sum is cheap, it's affordable. Again, just being outside, opening my eyes, and being just like imaginative to all the different cultures. It's summer, it's the city, and you can absolutely feel it 1,000%. Um, y'all, why was Britney Spears dancing on the internet doing her thing? You guys know how I feel about dancing, movement, energetically moving the shit of it all out of your body. And this fool, Ozzy Osbourne, out of all, Ozzy, what you need to do is go check on Sharon, check on your wifey, who loves Ozempic, who gave it to her daughter. Check on your family and I need people to leave Britney alone. Leave Britney Spears alone. It was also so dark this week. Ooh, child, on the internet we saw Amanda. We saw Amanda Bynes, and I don't even want to talk about Quiet on Set, but to see that people are still free from just the abuse, the horrific things that have been done to children in the entertainment industry, it is so disturbing. It is so dark. And I speak for myself and many of friends who Amanda Bynes was like our idol growing up. We wanted to be Amanda Bynes. The improv, the comedic timing. She was even a bit higher than Hilary Duff because Amanda was writing. She uses her body in her comedy, which is so like at that age and so unheard of. It's so sad. It is very, very sad. And I think all you can do is pray and just let people be. If Britney is okay bopping and TikToking, the best video on the internet is her dancing with the knives. Y'all, I know they did a wellness check after that went viral. When she is dancing with her knife, ching, 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 and you see her little puppy in the background. But let her live. Who is she hurting? She's not hurting anyone. And I think when people are so far gone, like mentally and emotionally, because they've been abused and taken advantage, and they've probably seen some shit and they've probably gone through some, can we let them be? Where is the empathy as a society? And I don't wish fame on any. I don't want it. I don't wish it on anyone to not have your life, to not be able to go outside, to feel like always being looked at, always being watched. It's horrific. It's horrific. I'm praying for Amanda Bynes. I'm praying for Britney Spears. Oh, and I cannot watch. I'm going to watch it. We're going to talk next week. Nick Carter. Nick and Aaron got a documentary, but I believe it because I believe women. But it's just, you know what it is? And at turning 30, it's like losing a part of our innocence, right? It's like, wait, we grew up with these shows and the aspiration, the inspiration, and now it's kind of like that was all smoke and mirrors. Like, look at what was actually happening. And it can be sad. It can be devastating. It's devastating to grow up, and it's devastating to like lose your innocence and be like, oh, this is not what I thought it was. Things are actually very bleak, very fucked up. But I think that's the part of growing up. And what a beautiful thing it is to grow up and to age and to mature. You guys, speaking of dating, still off the app, still feeling good. It feels good to like not mindlessly swipe. And I'm so happy I didn't pay. I didn't pay any money ever. But you guys, people are into the run clubs, and I'm not judging, but I know and feel in my body I'll probably be an older mother, and I don't want to destroy my good old knees. And running, it's just the sweat. But it's a thing. So I really recommend if you're into running and if you do want to meet people, go join a run club. And just to see, it's all the people, and they're like in a group. And I was literally, it's amazing. It's amazing, but it's not for me. It's not for me. Not for me, Joe. Not for me. I'm still trying to manifest hot men everywhere. I started this book. I'm so excited. I follow this woman. I have followed her for forever, Danielle Prescott. She's an author and she's worked in fashion for like over a decade and she's very acclaimed. She wrote a book, Token Black Girl. I'm manifesting. One day she will be here and I'll be interviewing her. And I'm going to go back to reread her book because it really helped me with just the way I grew. It helped me understand myself and like really be like empathetic and be kind and be loving and be gentle and show compassion for like a younger me because it's like it's Token Black Girl. It's growing up as a Black woman in this very hyper white masculine just supremacist You know what I'm trying to say? All the things, all the things. Her book is fantastic. And she was saying this book, Calling in the One, 7 weeks to help manifest the love of your life. I started reading it and I'm very excited. It's like a little booklet, and I'm gonna do it. And I'm like really focused on myself. I think too, I was kind of like trying to force and like, when you have like a good thing going and then you want to like force something, oh, it's gotta be this, this is gonna happen, you're gonna make this a thing. And you can't force shit. I'm trying to read you guys this thing on you can't force anything. And it's shitty because I'm a Scorpio and I like control and I don't like manipulate. I want to do things the way I want to do them and I want to know how they're going to come out like this and that's the pattern of childhood upbringing, my parents divorced, blah, 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 on alignment. Forcing connection is forcing alignment. Forcing alignment is forcing attachment. Ego seeks attachment. Soul seeks connection. You'll never have to force anything that aligns with you. What's meant for you will feel natural, peaceful, and connected, and not forced and chaotic and attached. Bitch, a fucking bar. 8 fucking bars. So, like, I think, yeah, I was, like, out Friday, and then I was trying to be like, "Okay, we'll go out to a bar." Like, do that, like, just I don't need to force anything, and I have to, like, release my grip. I'm also kinda telling myself, is it the worst thing if you don't fall in love or if you don't like me? It's not gonna be the worst thing. I'm really happy with what I wanna grow and, like, the life I wanna create, and women have so many different options. I feel like I wanna take care of the earth before I start thinking about bearing children. No judging. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's having babies. Let's talk about these rappers. These are fucking rappers. One in specific, Dream Doll. Don't know her. I love rap. I love our sisters. But you guys, we're living in and I'm not kidding you, all of the sidekicks, all of the healers have said, we're going to see, so like everyone's being skinny, everyone's removing their BBLs, their plastic surgeries, but we're just gonna see this more natural aesthetic come back. And bitch, it's fucking here. It is here. It is crazy. Dream Doll. Dream Doll was on a podcast. It was on the Shade Room. And as a woman woman with a public platform, I respect women who are honest and just say, this is my experience, A, B, D, and C, because that's ultimately going to help other young girls. Okay. Shit. 21, 25, maybe 18 and up, we're gone. Lost causes, lost souls. We're not. But I think for me and for my platform, it's really going to be about helping young girls feel beautiful and happy and accepted in their own body, in their own skin. Like, start there. Everyone else, your own journey, your own thing. And praise God for free fucking will. Dream Doll was saying how she got a BBL because that's what everyone else was doing and that's what you did in her industry, and now skinny is in and she wants to take her stuff out. And the comments are wild in this post. And it is kind of crazy. Like, one of the main comments is, changing your body because it's trending is insane. And it is crazy. And, we're not even going to give them power anymore. I'm not going to give them power. I'm going to call them the Ks. The K. And we're going to, in my lifetime, we'll probably see that all go downhill. But the Ks are so responsible for the idea of this perfect body, and this is what it looks like. And if you have this body, you will be successful. You will get a man. You will be a millionaire. People will like you. They'll want to be you. This same aesthetic, big lips. The same aesthetic that growing up was mocked, made fun of. DSL lips, big lips, BMW, big black woman, big black Mexican woman. And also, let's talk about this fucking thing on the internet talking about big back behavior. Why do you guys hate yourselves? Why the fuck do you hate being black, hate black bodies, but then obsess about it, but then fetishize it? It is, we're living through history. We're living through history. Even Nicki Minaj, I talked about it a couple weeks back. She said too, like, they acclimated to like what was in, what was trendy. What too is the man's POV? What is the man gonna like? What's gonna please him? Sick shit. Sick, sick, sick. And for me personally, I'm so glad. I'm so thankful that I was raised in a house where my mom was like, didn't even teach me, but it was, and growing up, excuse me, with brothers, it was more acceptable to like to be funny, to be caring, to be charming than it was like to be like pretty or like hot or to be like those weren't things I was trying to chase from like birth to like 17, 16, what the fuck ever. We're living in crazy times. And now skinny is in. Now skinny is in. People are looking weird. You can tell who's taking Ozempic because they look got, their face, they look swollen, sunken in. I'll say it, Katy Perry. It's looking weird. It's looking weird out here. And two, it's like this is what's happening in like the doctor's office. All these doctors are prescribing Ozempic, and it's so fucking sad that people with diabetes, people that really need this medication can't get it, they can't afford it, and what is happening. But we're living through history. We're living through history. If you're struggling with your body, if you hate the way you feel in your skin, in your body, stream my podcast, share it, listen to old episodes. It takes time and so much unhealing, unprogrammed to get back to how you feel. And a great example, Black China. Not even Black China. What's her real name? Because she goes by it, but they still call her Black China, which fucking shame on, I want to say Sienna. Girl, you see me. I know you. Crazy, 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 crazy. I want to talk about the shows, the housewives. This is like a little fun, little catch up pop culture day. Keeping it quick, simple. Dubai. Caught up on Dubai. Why was the opening scene of Dubai like Sergio? So Caroline had her party, her husband, her up in bed, talking hot gossip. And they're like, no, he's such a man child. And he was like, oh, but honey, these women, and they were screaming and not in my house. Sergio, stand up, get up, stand up. He's just such a babe. It's fascinating. It's fascinating to watch. They're getting ready to go on a girls trip to Bali. I've been to Bali. Next week, I'll tell you guys all about my Bali trip. So beautiful. One of the girls is like, Bali has healing powers, healing water. I believe it. Bali has, even now that it is tourism packed, you still have to find really good spots. Bali's life. Bali is so beautiful. They're going on a girls trip to Bali. Dubai's doing it right. I like the fashion in Bali. Like, it's good fashion. All the women know how to dress. Lisa, she talked to her husband like she was stressed. I need help. And the husband's holding it down. I like to see like both grandparents are coming in, helping the family. That's ideal. I want both of our we're a team. Your parents, help together, one family. And I'm dead. Lisa telling her husband about the dinner party. Lisa was right. She said it was ghetto. It is ghetto because in Abu Dhabi, they have like laws and rules, and you can't be, she said it, you can't be like hollering at women. Taleen's husband was like yelling at Brooks, and they were shouting on a public street past midnight. I'm actually surprised no one got arrested. It was ghetto. She's right. And I think Taleen's full of shit. She was like, I'm afraid to go to Bali. Me and Brooks are fight. Taleen, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. They go to the airport. Brooks doesn't show. And I feel like being 29, all of the friends in my life, we can all like communicate. And so like if something's going on, we can all have the vocabulary to say, hey, I can't show up right now. I can't do this. For Brooks just to be MIA, and I hate friends that just literally, quite literally, ghost or disappear. I get we all are no, grow the fuck up. Communicate. What do you need or what don't you need? No one can read your mind. And at one point, I need friends and I need to have friendships that are reciprocal. I can't be chasing you. And what's one of the girls, she's like, Brooks, Caroline, she's like, Brooks is fine. She is chill. And like, she showed up a day later. But friends that like just disappear and ghost. And then two, maybe That's the friend saying they don't want to be friends. So then it's okay. So they can disappear away out of our life. Okay. They land in Bali. They were talking about Sarah. Sarah's dating that hot rugby player, and two of the women are Pakistani and Islamic. And I guess in their culture, they can't live with the man before they marry them. And Sarah was like, no. I need to like live with him to see how it is before I get married. And I so agree with that. And I've only lived with one other with oh my God, not me blushing, not me. I've lived with one man, and you need to live with a man with whomever you want to spend the rest of your life with, because you just need to see like how well is the enmeshment, and like what is it like to be cohabitating. You have to. But I thought that was fascinating. I thought that was fascinating that those cultures, they don't do. And maybe like now I'm even old school, like I need to have a ring on the finger and then we can live in. And then like a year, 2 years later, we get married. Like that'd be ideal, because you want to see. And two, also this new wave, we don't even gotta live together. We don't gotta live together. Live across the street. Live across the street. Love the fashion. The women for their age, they all dress appropriately, and I love all the style of all the fashion. The group, the episode is boring because there's not any good hot tea, but then the tea gets dropped that like a voice note memo was shared. Listen, note memos, my friends know I be sending podcasts, they're personal. So if I'm to send my friend a memo and then she like plays it for another friend, that's crazy and an invasion of privacy. Next week's episode is going to be so good, but that's messy. That is so messy. If I'm sending you a voice note, don't go send it. Don't go share it to other people. Lisa should be pissed. It was Ion. Ion played it, and Lisa's like, what? Crazy. That was Dubai. Okay, let's get to OC. OC starts. OC so good. OC so good. The best. So Gina and Jen are at the coffee shop. And okay, so Gina is a new realtor, and she's in the OC. Y'all know OC. And she's an upcoming realtor, and it's all about reputation. Gina did not pay her bills, and not Gina, Jen did not pay her bills at the house because she was doing it with her husband, and like the husband just stopped paying the bills, stopped paying the house. And Gina is like, her divorce was different. She like severed ties. She had to downsize. Y'all, they were making fun of Gina. Gina lived in a casita. A casita is fine. Some women don't ever get divorced because they don't want to ever like be detached or without financial security. Like Gina made do with her little casita. They were dogging her so bad, y'all. It was like so mean. But Jen's different. Jen is different. And Jen's got like 5 kids. She's got a whole litter of kids. And her and the husband, just the money is crazy. And we'll come back to this. It gets good. But Gina leaves. She's talking to Emily. Great. You guys, when did Shannon and Tamra not become friends? And I know they don't have their podcast tour, the Trace Amigo, but they're not friends. And it's weird because you can clearly tell that Tamra wants to be Shannon's friend because she keeps talking shit about her. And to me, that's really too like, if I'm not your friend, if I'm not in your life, keep my name out of your mouth, please and thank you. It's very weird. When did that happen? And Vicky comes back next week. I miss Vicky so much. Flag football. Emily's like, let's do it. Let's not to bring age into it. If I was in my 40s or 50s, bitch, I'm not doing flag football. This is a 30s activity. So maybe in the next coming years, I'll join the dart league. I'll do like a softball, kickball. These women are too old to be doing flag football, but nonetheless, they do it and they are doing it well. It's Emily's. I will say the OC has the best athleisure style, the best fitness gear. Shit, they're in a lot of aloe. I'm not fucking with aloe because aloe is with the K's. And okay, my only thing about Lululemon, yes, we know, and the research and the CEO, it's him. But listen, all the Lululemon stores in New York, the black people are happy. They're nice, they're smiling, and they're happy to work there. That's what I can say from my experience. And whenever I rip the little seamy seam, they either give me a new pair, a whole brand new pair, or they stitch it up. I'm wearing Lulu. Ugh. Okay. OC has the best athleisure, the best gear. Fuck Aloe. Shannon is such a clown in the best way. Why did Shannon show up to the football game in real football pants with pads? Shannon is so good. And I like any woman or just any person that like doesn't take themselves seriously. Like that they're themselves, but also like it is life. It is a short time we have on this planet. And with the way things are going, like laugh. Be able to like her pants killed me. Her pants were really, really good. I hate them talking about John Jansen. And I did write down, I'm like, producers are so messy for this Alexis woman coming on this storyline. We see her this week's episode with the same dog as Shannon. And then the gym. We'll get into the gym tea. 1 second. It's weird. It's very, very weird. And John Jansen is a Scorpio. You hate to see it. A man. You hate to see it. But he's getting so much airtime and he hasn't even shown face. And it's crazy. And if I'm Shannon is a 10-year, I would be like giving the bird to the producers. Like, F y'all. This is so dirty. So dirty. Oh my God. In the next week's episode, we're going to see the lawsuit. He's suing her. He is suing her because he gave her money for a facelift. Y'all, the facelift cost $7,500. Oh my God. Shannon, give me that money to repair my teeth, please. Y'all. He's getting so much airtime. It's crazy. It's bananas. It's sickening. And the new girl's just loving it. Just gross. Okay, so Gina and Jen make up at the flag football lunch. But y'all, this is why OC is so good. And like they're also a little ghetto because they know they got the smarts. Why were they talking? They're mad. Jen didn't pay. Gina says, Jen, you're a squatter. Not a squatter and not Heather. Everyone's face, Heather and Tamara, they're a squatter. It was giving Atlanta, very Nene or very OC Bethany. It was ruthless. It was good. And then we see Jen break down. This grown woman says she's 46. She's never had a credit card in her name. Her husband, she's been so reliant on her ex-husband, and she does not know. She said she's learning how to do things for the first time at 46. And I think it's a very human moment. I think a lot of women are like Jen. And she's not a squatter. Yeah, the squatter comment took me out. Then they apologize because Gina says, she's like, I've been there too. And like, Gina's become my favorite. She's a New Jersey East Coaster, but has such a forgiving spirit, nature, and she's so human. I think when you have children, you know, like life happens. You have to forgive. You have to move on. People, human, make mistakes. I'm not going to cut them off. I'm not going to like write them off. You're just going to move on. The flag football was chill. We learn about gym drama, John Jansen and his new girl, and then Shannon in the gym. Just boring, just petty. Producers, a mess. I love seeing Emily. Emily knows. She's talking about her body dysmorphia, her body. She's become obsessive. She's lost this weight, and she said she fears about going back to being a bigger size and what that was like. And I loved Shannon's input of being like, you know, when she said, she's like, when I feel heavier, you move different, you feel depressed. And she told Emily, like, that's a part of life though. Life is very up and down. Sometimes you gain weight, sometimes you lose weight. Sometimes you're dealing with a death, sometimes you're dealing with a crisis, sometimes you're dealing with so much joy, sometimes you're dealing with, it's peaks and valleys. And that was such a beautiful moment to see. Also, shout out to Emily's husband, Shane. Ooh, and we love to see a good, genuine husband arc because men are human. They take time. They're not perfect. Every man should be in therapy or should go see a therapist. Him saying too, like, she's hard on herself. Like Emily, if she doesn't make it to the gym, she'll be like, she's disappointed and she beats herself up. And that is when you get into tricky, dangerous territory. If you did 4 days a week, if you did 2 days a week, 3 days a week, be thankful. Thank your body and try again. But you don't have to be so. For me too, I think when I was so obsessive and like very like militant on like do 2 a days and this, that's no way to be. That's no way to be, and it takes a toll. But also, shout out to Emily because she was checking her husband with these big gulp sodas. And like, I think, like he said, they need to both have like a healthy balance and in between because they have young kids and something with the daughter. The daughter was seeing, and kids see everything. They pick up on what you're doing. It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. OC was good. OC was good. We have a Sutton cameo. Sutton is my girl, Beverly Hills. Sutton comes on and it's a cute matchup. Gina, Sutton, Katie. Katie is our girl. And we're going to see Katie go against Heather. Go again. I'm so excited. I love Katie. I love our APIPP community. And also, I am trying to manifest more Asian American, more Korean, more Japanese. I love y'all. And y'all have good food. I'm trying to make more friends in that realm. Maybe I'll join Bumblebee. Anyway, Sutton comes on. That's really cute. And they just talk about Heather. They talk about how she's liking how the new girl's fitting in, how she's liking OC. It's a great little scene. And y'all, it ends. How does it end? It ends with Travis moving out. Travis moves out. And shout out to Gina. Gina has become my favorite, as I just said. I respect anyone who's been through a divorce or who has just been able to break something off. I know, speaking for me personally, I couldn't do it. I physically, emotionally, spiritually, I could not do it. I would cry and I would ask God for help. Oh, bitch, and did he help me? He did the damn thing. But and even just people that have been divorced, to be able to like separate or to cut something off, to be able to move on in your life, it's a beautiful thing. And I really respect people that can do it. That was the OC. That was the OC. I'm excited for Beverly Hills to come back. Little off-season drama. Kathy Hilton was in the press, in the news, saying how she had to confront her sister because Mauricio. Kathy shady. Beverly Hills will keep up. But Garcelle and the other new black housemate, they're getting along. And like Garcelle's tagging her. Black women thriving. Two of them. Pair up. Let's go. They say Salt Lake City's going to be good. Brandy Glanville was in the news. Daily Mail. Her face was swollen shut. And next week we'll talk about the dark side of the Housewives and of Bravo because it is dark. And I think Leah is still suing Andy. Go off, girl. We believe all women. We support all women. Andy wants to be a black man. A black woman. He does. No tea. All shade. It's dark. And you could say like too, Brandy is like a pioneer. And I think I had a best friend, Connor. He passed away, but he loved Brandy and he loved Beverly Hills. And I think about like what he would be thinking if he could see what has happened, what has transpired. Babe, we would be kikiing on the couch right here. I love you. I miss you, angel baby. But there's a dark side. There's a dark side to all reality TV. I did want to get into Macy Gray and Ozempic, but we'll get into that next week. Are you guys even watching The Surreal Life? Whatever. Thank you guys for joining me this week. I'm excited. I'm headed up to Connecticut. Summer continues. We're entering August. This is week 4. I know I was like, okay, we'll have guests next week. Guests will come when they come. It's summer. People are living. My mom's going to be in town. Guests may come in September, but I'm having so much fun. I thank you guys so much if you're watching on YouTube. Follow me at Black Girl Can't Cook. And remember to say thank you to your body. See you next week. Yay!